Okay, it's the end of the day and I just want to grab a bag of chips for dinner. How about personal nachos for one? Let me show you how. Okay, beyond just chips and salsa, I'm gonna raid the fridge and get anything that I think works for my nachos. A little bit of black beans. I think this is good. Okay, we got lots of good stuff. And then we're gonna throw this either under a broiler or in a toaster oven. So any kind of like cake pan or broiler pan works. Cookie sheet. If you're doing this for a huge crowd though, even like a half sheet pan in the oven just to melt all the cheese and get all the veggies soft. I'm using a little round cake pan, and just to make sure I don't go off the rails, I am gonna measure my chips. I like about 3 ounces. I'm using a mix of yellow and blue corn chips just because I like the interest. These are organic, and I also like a smaller chip. I don't love the huge restaurant style chips. I just think that the goodies kind of get in all of the chips better if they're a little bit smaller. All right, I don't want any real cooking here, not a lot of chopping. We're gonna add in all these sort of goodies we found from the fridge and the freezer. We're putting in a little frozen corn, about a quarter or half a cup. I also had just some canned black beans that had been drained. And again, I like that for a little bit of, more oomph, fiber. I love it, the protein. Again, about quarter to half a cup or whatever you think looks good. And then I do have a couple veggies that we can sort of add in, and I don't feel like chopping, so I'm just gonna sort of use a scissor to kind of chunk them up. A little bit of red pepper here. Anything that's kind of in your palate for nachos. If you had some leftover chili, that could be good. Maybe heat that up just a little bit before. I also had some scallions, and again, don't feel like actually chopping, so lost one. Just gonna use my scissors on the white part. I'm gonna save the green part to put on after I bring them out of the toaster oven. That's what I'm using today. Of course, we need some cheese. I'm using some sharp cheddar. I like about a quarter to half cup, depending on your preference. And I think for right now, that's it. Toaster oven, and then we'll top it off with some final goodies. Okay, I did say I didn't want to chop, but I do have some cilantro from a different recipe, and I thought that's gonna be great on top. So I'm gonna chop up a couple cilantro leaves, along with my greens from my scallion. I'm gonna put those over top. I also have a little bit of sour cream and some salsa. All right, I can smell it. The chips are a little bit browned. Everything smells good. It's just like enough to softly cook those veggies. Oh, so good. So like I said, those final few things that are like the green parts, green scallion, nice bit of cilantro. When I haven't had herbs like this, like in the winter, I've even put on like just a little bit of spinach. That's a lot of fun actually, just to, again, give it some nutrition and some value of a dinner if that's what you're gonna have. And then of course, I just like in the sort of dead center, or maybe even off to the side, like a nice big dollop of salsa and sour cream. That is everything. Loaded nachos for dinner? Absolutely. I hope you enjoy.